another bump date, and this is our 22nd week of pregnancy, and Ryan is gonna take over with baby progress.
We are getting there, by the way. We're at 22 weeks, man. This is incredible.
Yeah.
This week, our little bean is now about the size of an ear of corn and has a layer of fine hair, just like silk, corn silk. Hey, finally, there's one that's like cute, not like creepy, funny, weird, funny. Our baby is sleeping all the time, coaxed by your daily movements,
right?
Which is pretty awesome. I love that because you can tell the difference between when she's sleeping and not sleeping.
Oh yeah, she's really active, and she's mostly active at night. So
yeah. Also, she is practicing for the outside world. It says here by moving around and building her motor skills.
Aww.
And she's touching her face and umbilical cord and anything else she can. That's
she's exploring around.
She's exploring her little confines. Little Bean's skin is still all wrinkly, but this will change as she puts on more fat.
Okay.
So we gotta fatten her up a little bit.
That's not a problem.
No, should be no problem. And then her sense of hearing is developing also. So it means that she might kick more because she has more to react to, more to respond to. So maybe she really is hearing, us in the outside world as we give her lots to listen to. We've been talking to her a whole lot.
We talk to her all the time.
Lastly, body changes here. It says it's very common for your hands and feet to grow a little bit during pregnancy due to swelling. But so you might need a new pair of shoes, but don't throw away the old ones just yet.
We've talked about this, I think, a few bump dates ago. So this already happens.
About your feet getting bigger,
and so
you do have
times.
See, there's a secret, guys. There's a bigger pair of flip-flops down on the floor underneath us. A special pregnancy pair.
Okay.
So then next up, guys, is symptoms.
Yeah, so I have a few symptoms this week that I want to tell you guys. The very first one is that I've been having swollen gums. So we did read it. That is very common. It's just
pretty
hormonal.
Normal, yeah.
It's nothing, to worry about that I need to go to the dentist or anything. It's just something that is happening this week. I've noticed it doesn't bother me so much, but it's definitely like it's sensitive. Like,
does it feel like you have something caught in there? Like you just couldn't quite floss it out? Like that sort of feeling? Kind
of, but more like when you eat a cracker or like a chip and like it hurts your gums like that. So and then it's swollen a little bit. So it feels like that. Another symptom is that I'm experiencing some tailbone pain. I haven't had any back pain so far in this pregnancy, which I caught myself lucky. I don't know how it's going to progress. But I'm definitely sometimes if I'm sitting on the couch for too long. We just had a nice relaxed weekend where we're like, well, let's take it easy and have like a weekend in and watch a lot of Netflix and
Netflix
shows and
marathon.
stuff. And it was rainy as well, so I sat a lot on the couch. I sat on the couch for hours, and afterwards I was like, ooh, tailbone pain. So I definitely noticed that. So another symptom is that my heartburn is back. I had 2 blissful weeks of really controlled heartburn, and I feel like it's mostly my fault because I made pasta bolognese this week. I really wanted some pasta bolognese. And I was like, well, I'm gonna use a little bit of red pepper flakes just to give it a little bit of spice.
Give it a little kick.
Yeah, and I think I exaggerated a little bit.
I loved it. I love everything spicy, but Priscilla's system right now is so
delicate.
on edge, on a knife's edge that we don't want to do anything to tip it over that.
So after the pasta, I definitely felt like a lot of heartburn and reflux and everything. So the last symptom for this week is that I've noticed, or we both did, that she is moving higher in my belly. So Little Bean constantly moves down low on my belly. Like you can, I feel it all the time. She's either on the left side or on the right side, and I can tell where she is.
When you put my hand on, you feel her. That's usually where it is. It's like somewhere down below the belly button. Almost always.
Almost always. But now I'm starting to feel kicks above my belly button. So she's making her way up, or something's happening there. She's growing. That's what's happening. So my organs are shifting up, and she's coming, taking place up there. And I can feel her kick and up in my upper belly now. So it's pretty fun.
Which is pretty cool.
It's pretty
I like that.
Yeah.
Next up, guys, is food cravings and aversions.
So I haven't had any aversions to food this week, but a funny one is that, okay, so this is gonna sound weird, okay guys, so prepare yourselves. In my first trimester, I was obsessed with watching this show called Come Dine With Me, and it's especially
the British version, right? Yeah.
Only the British version. I don't know why. I just wanted to watch that show. And I binged on that show when I was sick, you know, and feeling morning sickness. All I wanted to watch was this show. And the other day this week, actually YouTube suggested for me. You guys know, like, sometimes YouTube does the suggested videos. And YouTube suggested that I watched an episode of Come Dine With Me, and I seriously just wanted to throw up. And I was like, no, I can't even imagine like listening to the jingle or anything like that. I just have this aversion to the show because it takes me back to that place that I was on my first trimester.
It's because it reminds you, I think, of when you were sick. You know, you've had this with a couple of random foods that we come across, like ramen is something that you not wanted to eat. And anything, I think, that takes Priscilla back to that place when she was just feeling so rough, so unhealthy, so ill all the time. It's just, it fires off in your head and you're like, no. And I love that even TV, we're not even immune to TV here.
I know, this is a very funny version. And as far as cravings, I've had, you know, I'm having cravings for red meats and protein in general. I think it's just because I have, right now, I know from my blood work that my iron is low and I'm also anemic. So I'm taking supplements and I take vitamins every day, but I feel like my body needs, you know, that iron, that extra protein and that extra iron.
It's why you crave the pasta bolognese this week, and
or the steak the other day.
Steak in this last week also. Yeah, I think your body's craving it. You know you need it on some level, and you've been going for it.
And then another bad craving that I had this week. I don't know if it was craving, or if it was more like, okay, we're spending the weekend in and we're not doing anything. We're gonna just watch TV and binge watch on this show. We went to the store, to the supermarket the other day, and I bought everything I could in junk food.
It was like one of the most shameful shoppings of my life. Actually, I was glad that I could not fully communicate my shame to the woman checking us out, because I think I would have had I been able.
From chips to cookies to donuts to fried foods, for everything that you can imagine, especially Doritos. I had to have some nacho cheese Doritos.
Yeah, and the biggest bag we could find was like this little bit.
No, there was a bigger one, but I feel like I wanted to get this smaller one.
Oh, so you actually limited yourself to.
So I wouldn't, otherwise, forget it. If I got the big one.
Okay, good on you for exercising some self-control there in that moment.
So that was our weekend. Lots of junk food, lots of TV watching, you know.
So next up then is our cool moment of the week. What do you think?
Our cool moment of the week is that we're starting to see my belly move when she moves.
It's awesome, guys.
On the outside.
It's not so much that we can film it yet. We've tried.
I tried a few times.
Yeah, and you'd show me, Priscilla would show me like this 30-second video and she'd be like, right there, did you see it? And it's tough to see, but if you just sit there and watch it for long enough in person, you can just see that little poke, that little flutter. It's really cool. It is not yet like the arm or like the limb pressing up against it.
She's too small.
She's too little for that, but it's really cool to see.
Yeah. As soon as I can catch it on camera, guys, you better believe it that I'm gonna post it on Instagram. So don't forget to follow on Instagram. I try to do a lot of Instagram stories. We are at Follow the Hills, so follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, and you will see the little wiggle first.
For sure.
Next up, we need to look at the bump. All set for us?
Yes, all set.
Let's check it out, guys. There you go. What do you think?
I think it's growing. She's growing for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. Guys, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a great big thumbs up and leave us a lovely comment down below to let us know how we're doing, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and we'll see you back in our next one.
Bye.
Bye.